Hello, you wonderful people. Welcome back to the channel. Instagram just dropped some big updates to Insights, and they're making it easier than ever to see what's working so you can make better content decisions. So in this video, we're breaking down the new Insights features, showing you how we've used them with our own content, and giving you examples you can take and apply to your own business starting today. Let's dive in.
Now, before we get into the updates, an important reminder, checking your analytics regularly is not optional if you want to grow. Posting without looking at your data is like running a business without ever looking at your finances. You'll never know what's working, where your money is coming from, why you aren't making enough money, or why you're doing what you're doing at all. Your insights tell you who your audience is, what type of content they respond to, whether or not your efforts are working, and what topics are actually driving engagement and conversions. So if you've been posting and ghosting, not just ignoring your audience, but ignoring your analytics too, you're missing the patterns that tell you exactly what to double down on. And Instagram just made all of that easier to understand.
Now let's talk about the first new Instagram insight, which is when people liked your reel. So this is an interactive chart that shows you the exact moments in your reel when people hit like. Okay, this is huge because it shows you the exact hooks, topics, scenes, discoveries, or CTAs that made someone say, I gotta tap right now in this moment. So you can repeat that in future content. For us, when we looked at, I love this update.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's so good. For us, when we looked at one of our higher performing reels, we saw a big spike right at the start of one reel, which told us that the hook and the topic were strong. And then we also saw another spike at the end, which means we delivered on our promise and people rewarded us for that. That is so gold because now we know the hook format is worth reusing and we can model future endings so they land just as strong. For you, this could mean seeing people love your intro but drop off halfway, which tells you that the pacing or the content in the middle might need some work. Or maybe the like spike every time that you do a certain like style of demo or transition or type of framing. That would be your cue to do more of exactly that thing. And if you want to learn more about how to create Instagram Reels that get more views, definitely check out this video because we have broken it all down in detail. So you'll want to watch that one next.
And a quick note on this, someone commented the other day on YouTube and they asked, does all of these new insights apply to older posts because they might not have kept that information? So I took a look at some older posts and it was there.
Yeah, I love it.
So it should apply to all of your older posts. It's not just for the new stuff, which
great
is
question.
even cooler. The next Instagram Insights update is when people liked your carousel. So this is the same idea, but for carousel. So this will be an interactive chart that shows you which slides in your carousel actually got people to be like, gotta tap right here, which will let you know what's resonating, where your audience's attention peaks, and how to create more posts that hit the same nerve.
Love this one too.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
For example, a recent carousel we shared about our favorite AI tools had the most likes on slide 4, even more than slide 1, which was about Canva AI. Canva is already a topic we know our audience is interested in, but this insight reaffirmed that, and it let us know we need to create dedicated content for Canva. So when our team was in our weekly marketing sync looking at the previous week's insights, we were like, looks like we got to add Canva AI posts to this month's calendar.
No kidding.
Right?
You all love the Canva. I love it too.
It's great.
We just don't know if we're like, how
we're going to be a
graphic design video channel or whatever, but yeah, I love Canva too. So we should add more in there.
We will. It's the best. So for you, maybe you'll see a spike on a certain product shot in your carousel or a behind the scenes frame. That's your audience literally voting on what they care about. Use that information to your advantage. And this is exactly the kind of thing we walk our members through inside our YouTube membership. Not just looking at the numbers, but actually understanding what they mean so you can repeat what's working. We also do live trainings and Q&As every other week, where we'll literally review your content and train you on important social media topics and updates. If that extra layer of strategy and support is something you know you'd benefit from, there's a link in the description below to join, and we would love to have you.
The next Instagram Insights update is post-level demographics. So you can now see the gender, age, and location breakdown for people who viewed a specific reel or post. This allows you to double down on content that's attracting your ideal audience or tweak it if you're pulling in an audience you don't necessarily want. This is so important because so much content can go viral. We see it all the time. But in the end, if it's not the actual audience you want, want, then the virality means nothing because it won't actually help you achieve your goals. So for example, if you're a real estate agent selling in Houston, Texas, and your content's going crazy viral in Toronto, Ontario, it's kind of useless for your goals. But on the flip side, it's also helpful because you can spot when something is resonating outside of your usual audience, like a certain age group that you maybe didn't realize actually really loves your product or your service. It is very valuable data either way, and very happy they added this one too.
The next Instagram Insights update is top follower drivers. So Instagram will now show you which posts drove the most new followers in one place. Originally, you had to dive a little deeper into your insights to pull this data out and then look post by post.
Yep.
But now this puts your biggest growth posts front and center. So you can pinpoint the exact content that's turning viewers into followers and start replicating that format or double down on that topic. So if you see, for example, it's all reels with tutorials, you know that's your growth engine. If it's all behind the scenes content, you know people connect most when you show your process. This means if growth is your goal, studying this metric will help you more easily create content that actually converts into followers.
Another important Instagram update is that they are replacing accounts reach with viewers. So switching from reach to viewers just overall better aligns with how they are measuring metrics now, with views being the primary factor or the primary metric that they're measuring. And specifically here, giving you a clearer picture of how many people viewed your content. And then of course, you can see the number of followers versus non-followers, which lets you know if your content is reaching new people, which is very important for growth. The more new people you reach, the more opportunities you have to convert new followers. And a bonus update that we also want to talk about, that we recently started seeing roll out, is that you have post level feedback on your reels. So Instagram will actually tell you what's working and why and what's not. It's actually, so it can make you feel great or it can make you feel terrible, but they'll give you recommendations and best practices with it as well. So for example, a recent reel we shared had this message about the reel having a great hook. And this is something they would have measured based on retention. So how long someone was actually watching the video for. This reinforces what's working, so we can do more of that in the first 3 seconds when we're creating new reels.
So this is a lot of information we know. So let's summarize what you should do with all of this. So first of all, check your insights weekly. Don't just post and walk away. Second, spot the patterns. Look for the hooks, topics, and formats that get spikes in likes or engagement. Then double down. If your audience is literally telling you what they want, give them more of it. And experiment intentionally. Use your insights to decide what to tweak, not just your gut feeling.
Every one of these updates is about helping you make smarter, faster content decisions, but they only work if you actually use them. If you want more help with this and you want access to our full training library, monthly strategy sessions, and live Q&As, join our YouTube membership channel. Right now, it is just $5 a month, and you will get step-by-step systems we use with clients to read the data, make the tweaks, and grow on purpose. The link is in the description, and we cannot wait to see you inside. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. If you like this video, we recommend you check out this one next. Oh, and give us a like. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye.